says, has anyone had any trouble on their allotments with people coming and taking vegetables from their plot? For me, it's okay if you ask. It annoys me when they just take... I've heard this before, Dan. They just take what they want. I have heard this before. And I've never understood it. I've never understood it. If you don't grow enough stuff, like we're all in this together, right? If you don't grow enough stuff, then sure, just ask your neighbour. That's what we're there for. It's community, isn't it? That's what it's all about, community. But to come along and just take it, and that's what... Is that Sean's there right now? Sean's there right now with his head torch. He's not really gardening by a moon. He's with his edge torch, isn't he? Having a cut of courgettes off Eileen's plot. I've heard about that a lot. I mean, Sean's talked about it a lot on this show before. Me and Sugget, I think we might have done a whole podcast. When we did the 24-hour podcast, we did a whole 24 hours back at the start of lockdown. And we talked about this. We talked about allotments and how more important they're going to be. And, you know, if we go into that world where we run out of food, what's going to happen with allotments and allotment security? It's a big subject, isn't it? It's like I didn't really realise it was going on quite as much, but I have heard a lot. What can you do, Dan, is the thing. What can you do? Dan's just right. What do you think of people stealing vegetables from allotment? I've noticed more and more since lockdown. I don't mind helping. Oh yeah, just repeat it. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely happened. Maybe it is. Maybe because of lockdown. That's why. Maybe people aren't even from the plots. That's the thing. Maybe these people are not even from the plot. Maybe they're just passing. Thought we'll jump over and help ourselves to some veg. There's one way. Okay, there's one way of thought, right? And I've not got a plot anymore. I used to have an allotment, and Sugget, you just miscall me, Sugget. Not sure what happened there. Comment, Sugget. Right, let me know what's happened there. We've had a few issues with the phones yesterday, but it should be okay. Sean says I've heard people are taking it to sell it to earn money. That ain't surely not. How much money are you going to earn from veg? How much money are you going to earn from veg? I don't believe that, Sean. Surely not. Hello, caller. Who are you and where do you come from?
My name's Richard and I come from LA in West Sussex.
Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Yeah, good, man. Not too bad. You're out the bath now, are you?
I'm out the bath, yeah. Yeah. Well, I jumped out because of this conversation about people stealing food from other people's allotments.
We've talked about this before, haven't we? But we're not really going into depth about it too much.
No, it's certainly a very strong risk. I think I spoke about it on one of my podcasts, actually.
I knew I'd heard someone speak about it.
Yeah, last year there was a piece, it went in national paper actually, of a person on my allotment site, right down by the front of the gate, who had all their veg stolen overnight, every single piece. They weren't happy, to say the least.
Everything is out of order.
Everything, absolutely everything. Every carrot, cabbage. I don't think he had any trees or bushes or anything, but certainly all the veg. And he relied on that to feed himself over the winter, he said.
That is not good. Like,
no.
Obviously, you never found out who that was.
No, good no.
Do you think it was someone on the plot?
Chance.
Is there a conspiracy theory?
It could have been someone on the plot. I mean, around the same time, maybe a couple of weeks after, somebody had one of their chickens stolen out of their coop. Only one chicken. And it was one of these sort of fluffy show chickens that got stolen. So they thought that was an inside job as well. But it could have been a fox, I suppose. But Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? No, the foxes don't really leave ransom notes.
I didn't mention the ransom note. It was you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, I wonder, like, if people do it. Sean says that people do it to salon. I can't imagine people salon veg, surely.
I'm pretty certain some people will do it to sell on. And of Christ, people addicted to drugs break into people's houses and try and, or they sell all their own possessions to pay for their drugs. So
Yeah, that's true.
nothing's stopping, somebody's that low and desperate. There's no limit to what they would do.
I wonder if, and I'm not part of an allotment anymore, so this probably won't work, but I always like to think on the bright side. But I wonder if to have like an area where like the allotment gives away veg.
Well, I heard stories of some allotment sites that actually did that, and they were told by the council they were not allowed to do that.
Huh?
Yeah, I know. I don't understand why, but they were told not allowed to. It might have been because of the risk of transferring COVID, of course.
Was this during lockdown?
It was during lockdown, yeah. Yeah, but who knows? I mean, that was when people were more likely to be desperate for food then, especially right at the beginning when the supermarkets were supposedly empty.
To be fair, right, COVID was going on. You'd think the council would be a little bit more busy than to say, hold up a sec. They're giving away stuff. We can't be having that.
Yeah, well, it's a council, isn't it? You know what they're like.
It's just one person hired just to watch you all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that is tough then, isn't it? I don't know what to say about that. Unless you start putting barbed wire up, but it sort of ruins the aesthetic, doesn't it?
Well, some allotment sites, every single allotment plot is fenced off, which I feel it loses something then. Because when I'm on the allotment, I mean, you've been on mine, it's quite open.
Yeah.
We chat to all the neighbours, everyone walking past says hello. And that's one of the great things about an allotment site is there's a social side to it as well.
That's true. Have you ever had anything stolen from your allotment?
Not my current one. My old allotment, someone broke into the sheds overnight, stole a bag that I've had for about 20 years and a few other bits. I've always said with allotments, you only have stuff on there you're prepared to lose.
Just don't have a shed that looks.
Don't have it. Well, that's the thing. They did more damage breaking the lock than anything else.
Yeah.
It is definitely a case for not locking a shed, and then that makes it easy for them.
I've known people to have some sacrificial tools, but just the old ones chucked in the shed, and hide their decent tools underneath the compost heap.
Yeah, I've heard of that, of people digging an underground tool storage and hiding all their tools.
Oh, I like the sound of that, like a bunker.
Like a bunker, yeah. But I mean, it's necessary, but I think it's wrong that it should be necessary. We should be able to live in peace.
Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, I thought I can't have a good idea about giving away stuff, but you've been ruined by the council, so it's a shame.
I think it's definitely a good idea, even within the allotment site, put a table up in your allotment plot, and if you want to give stuff away to anybody else in the allotment site, then I think that's fair play. But for other allotment holders to then walk onto other people's plot and take what they want, I think that's very, very, very wrong.
So odd, isn't it? I think that's I think that's what Dan's saying on the group. I think he's saying that someone from his own allotment has been coming along.
I have heard of some other people on various Facebook groups who have that trouble with. Normally, it's one person on the allotment site who thinks that all allotment plots are for everyone to have themselves, a bit more like a community garden. And I wonder if that's because of the background they come from, where it's normal to work a community plot
Yeah.
and everyone helps themselves to everyone else's work.
Yeah. Yeah. I've not got an answer for this one. I like to solve things usually, but I've got no answer for it.
Well, I think the first thing to do is go and have a word with the culprit if you know who it is.
Yeah, best to just out it rather than just sit there and getting angry.
Yeah, have a word. He may, or the person involved may not think it's a problem. Have a word and they'll say, oh, sorry, didn't realise there was a problem. Won't do it again.
Yeah.
If you don't know who it is, stick a sign up. Try and, again, reiterate the problem. And then if he carries on, call it to the police because it is theft.
Yeah, crikey. Well, Sean's currently going around his allotment with a head torch on, so could be him.
Could be him. Could be him.
It's not him. It was a joke, by the way. Everyone's watching it. Everyone's like, I knew it about Sean.
Yeah.
Gardening by the moon, sure.
Always be suspicious.
Yeah, always be suspicious. Thanks for calling, man. You good anyway? You all right?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, good, man. We had a good night tonight. It's been good. We're bringing new peeps in, saying hello.
Yeah, that's always good.
And yeah, it's been fun, man. Hot.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Hot.
Yeah, I'm gonna get an aircon, I think, for this office. So studio, I should say, studio.
I've been telling you to do that for ages.
It's so hot in here. Be all right over winter.
Aircon.
It'll be all right at Christmas time.
Aircon, mate. Then you can have a reverse heat pump to heat it as well.
Yeah, we'll build up to that.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude. I'll chat to you later.
Have a good one. Cheers, mate.
Much love.
Bye.
Mr. Suggett there coming in with some allotments chit chat. So what we're saying, Dan, is out 'em. All right. Say, listen, mate. No, do it nicely. Say, hey, look, I know you've been having a little pinch up over some of your veg, and I just want to say what's going on. And do you need any help sowing some seeds? Do you need any help growing some plants? Need any advice? Then go and check out my YouTube channel.